Hello and welcome to a special edition of Spot Callers. Um, I am your host, Cyrus, joined by my friend Allora, who I normally bring on to talk about a lot of the Japanese or Joshi stuff that happens on the show because I really can't force Justin to watch it at all. And the show that we'll be reviewing today is Hana Kimura's Matane. This is the memorial show for Hana Kimura, who passed from suicide last year. Um, Very sad, very tragic, and this show is very sad. But there was a lot of nice, fun moments to be had to just cheer everybody up and mourn with one another and just find comfort in her passing. But how are you doing, Laura?
Shit, I'm still kind of. I just finished. I didn't just finish watching it, but I watched it a few hours ago, and I'm still kind of like emotionally shook.
Yeah, I would definitely say like you know the main event and then like the last two matches like definitely like had me at the edge of my seat like
Yeah,
wrestling mind, just really enjoying it. And then like when it all came down towards the end during the final video package, which we'll talk about later, like it just gave me like a real like bittersweet feeling, but mostly sweet.
yeah.
Like
They did a
I
good job making this show like very much a celebration of um pro wrestling, like Japanese pro wrestling history in general.
mhm.
Because I guess they figured, that's what Hana would want. She was very like
Oh yeah,
she was a very bright kind of person, and she was very like she really wanted Joshi wrestling to be like a thing. So I'm
she
really glad that they like really put a highlight onto like smaller scale wrestling groups, and they did a lot
yeah
of intergender stuff, which is so it
like
was overall it was like a really huge positive
it
thing.
it like she didn't just like start out in stardom. So she starts out in Wrestle One, and then she does a
Mm-hmm.
lot of other smaller promotions wherever she can get. But I believe she was not like full time in stardom until like
Yeah.
2017. Around that time she was still free, well, I guess like freelancing, but like she was still working in Wrestle One, which I'm familiar. That's where I like saw like not her auto tie stuff, and then I was just like, oh, she's like good outside of like just like this gimmick or like this look.
Yeah.
um this was a really great show. I really enjoyed it. It really reminds me of the other show that we reviewed on Spot Callers, the Kyoko Komura
Mm-hmm.
retirement show. um you get a really fun tag at the start. You get like a batshit battle royale, and then you get a really good what is it, multi-man tag, and
Yeah.
then a specials singles match. So I thought it was really like amazing that it shared that parallels with that show. Uh it honestly, watching the show, I remember like the day that she passed. Like it was a very spooky moment where you see the tweets and you're very worried because they're in Japanese, and
Yeah.
Twitter doesn't do the best translation. But like on the completely other side of the world, it's a completely different time, and everybody like
Exactly.
it's the afternoon, and everybody in North America or like other parts of the world is like freaking the fuck out. And then
Exactly.
it's not till what would be like 8 p.m. our time, and it's like morning over there, and then we get word of her passing. I was playing WWE 2K with Justin and Mark, and it just like took all the winds out of my sails. Like it made me very, very sad. And
It really was just like it was like a gut punch because it really to us at the very least it felt like it came out of like nowhere. It
mhm,
really did feel like it was coming out of nowhere. And like I knew she was on Terrace House, but
yeah,
I didn't know it was going down, and I didn't know how people were treating her on the
yeah,
eastern side of things. So hearing about it, like it was really just so shocking, and it was just like I mean, like you skipped the grief and went straight to anger because it really she didn't deserve it.
mhm. Um, yeah, let because like to us, she is the wrestler.
Yeah.
Like we know her from like something completely different. We know her as like the shining light and what she's like given to stardom and a lot of the just pro wrestling in general. And then you have like these outsiders that like know her from the Terrace House incident when she like you know slapped somebody for ruining her ring gear because that was going to be her ring gear for Wrestle Kingdom,
Yeah,
which
and
is
then to
a
have it
very
come
big
out.
deal.
Yeah, exactly. And then to have it come out that that was fabricated, it wasn't even like
Yeah.
a real beef, and people, it,
Hmm.
at the end
Like
of the day,
people
it
got
really,
reality TV'd, and I don't think that's like normal for Terrace House. I guess like I don't watch it. I think
I
it's
don't, my
I think
understanding
it's
of it
very boring.
is that it's supposed to be a very chill show for the most part, and then
Hmm.
they kind of just like every so often somebody has problems over something small, and it's supposed to give some spice to the situation, but it's probably it's like very clearly not real. Like it's not, it's fake.
Hmm.
Like like there's so many cameras and so many people around, you can tell that it's not real shit. Like this isn't like fucking Mob Wives. Like this isn't real. like like Mob Wives is like, sure, yeah, they're actually police coming by. But in this show, it's like no, there's no nobody's actually fighting and shit like that. So
Yeah.
hearing that the fans, the Japanese fans of that show, took it so hard to send her death threats for real, and all of the terrible things that came out, like people were, I mean, I remember seeing that allegedly people were sending things to her house and things like like
Hmm.
genuinely scaring her in real life, like not just online. So I mean, you have to understand how the dissonance of that is just mind-boggling. To see her being beloved in her main profession, and then she goes to do this thing for literally a few
Yeah.
months. I think she filmed, like she didn't film that long, and
Yeah.
seeing her just be like completely taken down like this, and to the point where, I mean, she took her life at the end of it, and at a really terrible time too. Like she
Yeah. Like the
mentally
pandemic.
for
Yeah, the
everybody in the
pandemic just
pandemic.
started and all that stuff. Yeah, I
Like,
it,
if she was feeling anything from that pandemic, it definitely would have made it worse. And, I mean, it's just so heartbreaking. It really
yeah.
is. Like, I can't even talk about it without getting like a little choked up, because she really didn't deserve it at all.
Yeah. That like she should definitely still be with us till today, to this day. If I think the follow up is that Kiko Kimura, Hana Kimura's mother, is planning on suing the I guess like the network for Terrace House or like the
Yeah.
producers or whatever. So hopefully she wins because holy shit. But like I I don't want to blame them 100% because they were just like, they just wanted good television. Like there is
Yeah.
no way they could have predicted like
They
their
couldn't have predicted
audience,
fan reaction. Yeah, they couldn't have
yeah,
predicted fan reaction.
like going rabid over this kind of like really small moment. And
Mm-hmm.
I remember seeing what is it, like a blog post of Kiko Kimura. It was translated, so like her talking about it and like her text to I believe Jungle Kiona, just like talking about the situation, and she was just like, I felt like she felt really really bad for like doing that because like one, it's scripted and she wasn't like really that upset,
Yeah.
and then they had her act as if she was super upset, and then they were just like, no, slap him, and she was just like, I don't want to do that, and
Yeah.
then it
It's one
sucks.
thing to do the acting in a ring, where the other person is another actor. But in this case,
Yeah.
you're literally, I mean, not to say civilian, but like it was just, but I mean, she fake slaps people all the time, but this is different.
Yeah.
This isn't a wrestler. This isn't a ring, and
Yeah, this is a
this is a,
like this is a super regular like
yeah.
situation that should not resort to violence at all. Like,
This is still a production, but at the very least with wrestling, it's like watching theater. You know it's not real. With
yeah,
reality TV, the whole point is that you don't know.
Yeah.
So it's very different. And I think she knew that, at the time. So it's just really heartbreaking to know that people took it so seriously to that and took it to that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a shame. But let's start talking about the show.
Yeah.
Um, the show starts with Kyoko saying a few words. I was very surprised that this show had English commentary provided by Ring of Honor.
I was happy. I was happy to
Yeah.
see it.
So
It's always good to know that Stardom is getting commentary, period.
oh yeah,
Uh
Stardom. Well, like Stardom is getting what is it? Like they're getting the English translations out really fast, so that's really
yeah.
nice. But thanks to I forget who is on commentary, but I know Cheeseburger ROH's Cheeseburger is on commentary, so that was nice
Mm-hmm.
to hear him. And honestly, just ROH just providing their people to do their thing.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so we don't know Japanese,
Yeah.
and neither does commentary. So they try to add as much insight as they can, and we will just echo a lot that was told on the show. Um, we get uh, we get a 10 bell salute.
Yeah.
Normally what happens, and what hurt me a lot, like I was already like on the verge of tears, was seeing Jungle Kiona ring the bell.
Yeah.
Uh,
It really was that was when I like broke. I totally broke at that point.
yeah. It's very nice to see Jungle Kiona. I know she's been injured for quite some time, but
Yeah.
I'm glad that she is okay for the
Yeah.
most part.
Still no shoes. I I was just like come on, even now? Okay.
um, we get a live performance from Hana's very favorite dance group, and there were provide music was provided by Hana's favorite DJ, which I thought that was really nice that
It was really nice.
they got all that together. But so the first match, we get Fuma, Mil Mongoose, Shota versus Issa 8,
Mhm.
Hub. I like they said it differently. I know it's not Hub, but when I'm reading it right now, it just reads like Hub to me. So
I'm
sorry
pretty
for that.
sure they said Habu?
Yes,
Yeah.
Habu and Shisu. I'm not sure which one is which, honestly. But apparently, Hub is Hana Kimura's favorite wrestler, so that's really cool that
Yeah.
they got him booked. Um, this is a really good 6 man. This is very standard. I don't think we're gonna like really go like in depth with the matches.
Yeah.
like,
It was a cute little 6-man match, I would say. It starts off very traditional. They have the goofy guy get beat up on and then they save him. It's
yeah,
very.
I I definitely think like the last 2 matches is where I guess we could talk about this like as like we would
Oh
normally
yeah,
do.
yeah, like actual critiquing. But
Yeah. But honestly, I do feel weird to like critique like a memorial show. Like I thought,
yeah, it
I
doesn't
really
feel like
normally, on the show we do critique the matches and we give it like star ratings and stuff like that. But I think that is super duper weird to do for this show. But so I just
yeah.
kind of just like wanted to talk about
I
it. I
didn't really bother like writing down like my
Yeah,
feelings on the critiques and stuff like that while I was watching because I was just like, you know what, we're here to have fun.
yeah.
So
So nothing crazy, and thank God that we're not critiquing this show because we have the vibes battle royale.
you know, I was just baffled the whole time. It was so funny. And really made me like wish that I was more into comedy wrestling because I feel like this was like the all stars of Japanese comedy wrestling.
uh, so this battle royale is filled with a lot of talent. I really couldn't tell you uh who they are or where they're from. So thank God we're not actually critiquing this because I believe they say that at least 17 promotions are being represented on this show.
There were at one time in the match, there were a lot of people.
Yeah. So I believe there's Triple Six, which is definitely a promotion I'm checking out because that name is fucking sick. Basura, I know that is on the DDT network. I remember seeing it. Yeah. And then we have people from Zendai Girls, BJW, just legends. AEW is even represented.
Yeah.
There's like a whole bunch of people here. I think Pro Wrestling Wave, Marvelous, like there
literally all the fighters.
Yeah, literally all the fighters. And I don't know most of these fighters, unfortunately.
I actually knew none of them, and mainly because I don't watch a lot of Japanese wrestling. But it did definitely make me want to watch more.
Yes, definitely.
And I think that was the whole point for people who mainly just watch the big shows. This was a moment to like really give some shine to smaller promotions and comedy wrestling in general, because it was very funny, and there's actually a lot of good work being done in this match, regardless of the fact that they're doing hijinks.
Yeah, but like as a match is just like, what are y'all boys doing? Because like there's like 25 people in the ring, and then they all just go to a corner and then like let like 3 people do something until they get eliminated, and it's just like, all right, next spot, or sequence or whatever. So the people that are in this battle royale, we have Legend, Super Dolphin, Jun Sakai, Sema from AEW, which was I thought that was really cool to see. Andres Miyagi, who I haven't seen in forever. It was very nice to see her as well. Masada Tanaka, which definitely is going to get some shine on spot callers in the future. There's like so many people here. So instead of like going through the whole match, I just wanted to ask you, what is your favorite comedy spot of this whole thing?
Okay, easily when the guy with the lingerie on his head was wrestling, and then at some point the bra on his head falls off and they all kick him out. That was definitely like a highlight.
Okay, the one for me is when the guy literally just hip tosses everybody.
Yeah.
I thought that was very funny because everybody kind of just like, one person got hip tossed and they all started like lining up in a train
like to get hip tossed. Was a ride.
Yeah, so I thought that was really funny. That is my favorite spot. When this match gets down to, I think, like the last like 5 people, I looked at like the last 5 and I was just like, oh, this is a fucking match. Like seeing Sema and Masada Tanaka, like that's a match I definitely would like to see in the future. Jun Kasai just being there was really cool. Ram Kacho, I don't know who the fuck she was, but when I saw her in the entrance, I was just like, she's cool.
Yeah, she was very cool.
So I'm definitely gonna see what the hell she's a part of and like watch that. I believe she is a part of Triple Six. Yeah. So that's fucking heat.
Okay. They kept mentioning about how she's the shortest one, and she really is very small. She's very tiny.
Like compared to Sema and Masada Tanaka, she was like outrageously small.
She's very small compared to all those people there, yeah.
Yeah, and then despite her height, she picks up the win and she gives a very heartfelt speech as well. Yeah. Commentary doesn't know Japanese, and neither do we. Yeah, honestly,
unfortunately,
I really do wish we could get Xavier to watch these shows just so he could like translate for us.
Just to get the spark notes.
Just like break it down for us, because he's the only person we know that knows Japanese. But also, I don't think I would want to talk about wrestling with him.
I feel like if we get him into wrestling, he would. No, I don't think it'd be.
I don't think I could force that one, boss. But I need him to like translate at some point.
I do wish that they had actually put the English subtitles to this pay-per-view, but I imagine or hope that they will in a later date. But with the way that pay-per-views work, I don't think that they'll be able to re-upload. So
yeah, the way like Fight TV works, I definitely think that's going to be a little weird thing. But more or less like this battle royale. This is like vibes, the battle
Yeah.
royale, and if anything, I'm definitely checking out all these promotions that a lot of these people are a part of, and like seeing what we could possibly we could possibly do for future spot caller episodes.
Yeah, exactly. And like I
So
touched on it before, but again, this really it's I can't recommend it enough to have people watch at least this one battle royale because it really does
yeah.
feel like a celebration of Japanese pro wrestling as a whole. Like you have people here from like everywhere,
Yeah,
everywhere.
and
Like
doing their thing for Hana Kimura, I thought that was really nice, and honestly, like it's just a really fun time. Like it's nothing serious. If you just want to see like some real silly shit, like you can like
yeah,
if that's up your alley. I know people like to take this shit very seriously, but whatever.
yeah. And I do think that like it's just such a nice moment of being able to see what comedy wrestling really can do and
Yeah, and
what you
what's
see from it.
and what's crazy is that like a lot of these people aren't comedy wrestlers, but they're
Yeah,
all playing
exactly.
along. So I think that's really cool that they just like get to relax,
They get
vibes.
to have fun. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
just
Like we have
vibes.
people who do death matches in here.
Yeah, and I love when Jin Kasai comes out and he comes out with the skewers and
With
everybody
the
like
and
fucking
everybody
runs.
runs.
That is hilarious. So our main event, we have Odo Tai. I I shed a tear. I screamed when I saw the GIF. We have Hazuki and Kigetsu coming back coming out of retirement to
Just for
wrestle
this show.
one final match. Jesus Christ, please come back, you two, please.
Can I like I it's been so long for me. Like Kagetsu is the reason why I started watching Stardom. And then when I really got into it, she retired. So
Yeah,
seeing
like
her come
literally,
back,
I think like
ugh,
we're into it for like 2 years, and then she like retired last year around that
yeah,
time, or like at the end of 2019, I believe. It was
yeah.
very sad. And
I
then, oh, go ahead.
devastated. Like I didn't want to watch wrestling anymore. like like it was Kagetsu or nothing. I really cannot for people who like, don't really know her, she is the coolest wrestler ever.
Yeah, she's
Like
cool as shit.
you think like guys like Jericho or fucking Cena or whatever the fuck
nobody,
are cool? No.
nobody thinks
Nobody
Jericho is
comes
cool.
okay, well maybe back in the day. Some people still think he's cool. Or what's that other guy?
Fucking
It's
nerds.
Undertaker. She's cooler than Undertaker. She's cooler than Cena. She's cooler than The Rock. She's cooler than Roman Reigns. She is it. She's it.
and that is a glorious review. And honestly, she's definitely up there with one of my favorite like women's wrestlers of all times in my short period of watching. Like I
Just
think she is
she,
fantastic.
she is the mountaintop. She is it.
But okay, there's a lot of other competitors in this match. So we have Odotai and Tokyo Cyber Squad. Death coming back to reverting to her normal form, not no
Yes.
longer a clown, and then the traitor, uh, Kunami, who turned her back on Tokyo Cyber Squad, but she said, "Oh, maybe for tonight, I'll rep the set one more time."
Yeah.
Versus an all-star team right here.
Bro.
This is like the Bulls versus the Chicago Bulls versus the Chicago Bulls. We have Siri, Natsupoi, Mio, Momono, and Asuka, and you may know her as Veni, who
Yeah.
did her stuff in the AEW Women's Tournament in the Japanese bracket.
Mm-hmm.
This this 8-man tag is filled with literally all of my favorite competitors. I'm not really
The only person
familiar.
who was missing
Okay.
was Mayu.
Yeah. I'm not really familiar with Momono, but
Yeah.
she's cool. you
She's
know, she's
so
cool.
cool. I'm
She's
definitely
cool.
gonna start watching her. Apparently, she is a very new wrestler. She's only been out for about 5 years or so, so
That is
she's
that
not
is
like.
that is as long as I've been watching shit. But yeah,
I'm pretty sure they said that she started out in Stardom for the first time during the New York show, which was only about 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So she's a very new face, and apparently she's come a very long way because she went off in this match. I'm definitely gonna keep more an eye on Momono. But back to
Yeah.
my girl Shuri, when she
The
came
goat.
out with that big, ooh, she came out with that big cape with the shoulder pad. I was just like, this is it. This is what I've been waiting for.
Oh, just until you wait till we start watching Stardom again. There's a lot of good shit that's been happening over on that side.
Like I
But
need to flash back to when I first saw her and we were talking about her and I was saying like, no,
oh
she
man.
is my Tanahashi. She's gonna be Tanahashi. This is what I'm talking about.
Look, when she came what is it, when DDM first started and she came out and she had goddamn Sakura's what is it?
Yeah, her theme.
Street Fighter, I think Alpha 2
Mhm.
theme. I was just like, yeah, she's special. Also, Stardom don't care about copyright.
Not at all. Not at all. She came out with the boxing gear. I was just like, oh shit.
Yeah. So normally I'm not really a big fan of multi-man matches like this. Like I only really like it when I only really like this many competitors when it's like Survivor Series. But this was really good to me.
It was actually really well done, I think, in terms of pacing and just like popping in and out and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Like I know a lot of these people like probably like wrestled each other in the future. I mean in the past, and
Mhm.
the chemistry and the fluidity of this whole thing, like this didn't make it feel like this was like their first time like all wrestling each
Yeah.
other. Um it was really good. It was really fun. um
It everything kind of flowed in really well with each other. There was no like really gimmicky moments the way you usually see with the 6 or 8 man.
yeah.
It, you can tell that this is like a very like these are top tier Joshi wrestlers, and they really are. Like you see it in every movement they make.
Yeah, no wasted movements here.
Exactly.
What is it? Asuka and Shuri are definitely highlights of their team. They
Mm-hmm.
absolutely killed it. And then no disrespect to Konami and Death, but definitely is Hazuki and Kingetsu
It's
coming
all
back.
about Kagetsu. It's
Yeah.
all about Kagetsu. Like,
Well, these two coming back, they both retired in the same year. They came back, wrestled like they never fucking left. And it's
exactly.
insane to me. They haven't missed a step yet. And I'm not sure if they retired due to medical issues or anything like that.
My understanding with at least Kagetsu is that she's taken a lot of hits over
Oh,
her
okay.
years, so
It builds up. Okay.
rationally you take a break before something does break for real, but
Yeah.
the
So
fan in me definitely is just like, please come back, Queen. I miss you.
yeah, definitely, because it was just like if it was like really really like I get it, you don't want to like give any further wear and tear into your body, but like
Exactly.
maybe some part-time stuff, maybe
Just do some commentary, like some like Liger does.
yeah,
Something.
yeah, on it. I would love to hear her on commentary or
Just
her like
yelling at people.
be to be like a valet, just like, dog, I just need to see you, dog, I miss you.
I miss you, yeah. And
Yeah, so
we can't ever ask when a wrestler retires. We can't really ask them to come back because
oh
the one thing wrestlers are good at is hiding whatever pain they might have been going through.
yeah,
That's like the one thing they're really good at. So
you
I'm
say
not
that,
gonna.
but I would beg Hazuki to come back. I would I would love to see her wrestle again. I would, whatever is wrong, I will fund the research to make you better. We will exchange, like, if it's an organ, you could have mine instead. Please come back. These two are
Queen,
like
please.
like they're fantastic and I miss them a lot. Um but like overall, this match was really good. I think I've watched it twice already. I thought the match was really great. This match goes on for about 11 minutes and no, 17 minutes actually. And it didn't even feel like that. it was like a blast. The full 17 minutes, I thought it was really great.
Mm-hmm.
And then the match is over, everyone's leaving the ring, and then we get a moment between, I guess, Hana's like two mentors in a sense, because I know Asuka did a lot. They teamed together and they did a lot of work together in Wrestle One, and then
Yeah.
obviously Kagetsu and Hana did a lot of stuff together in Stardom, so that was
Yeah.
really cool. And this is definitely like this is like the parallel to the Kiko Kimura retirement show,
Yeah.
where we get the multi-man tag with Mira Suzuki, Mako Satomura, and then like somebody else, and then we get the final match between Hana and Kiko Kimura, which is like obviously like a passing of the torch,
Yeah.
and Kagetsu and Asuka just really going hard after going through a 17-minute match.
Mm-hmm.
They do like this amazing sprint, and I'm just like, dog, have y'all wrestled each other before? Because like the chemistry here is like outstanding. Like it is fucking
Even if they
wild.
haven't wrestled each other before, I'm sure they've definitely like practiced before or something like that.
Yeah.
Because
And then like
there's a lot of high energy, just really good stuff from especially from Kagetsu, considering that she has been retired for a
yeah.
year. Like
Mhm.
it's not like it's been a few months. It's been a full year and change. And usually with wrestlers who retire, you don't ask much of them. It's not like she's been doing movies and stuff. She's been
Yeah.
radio silent, pretty much. She's been
uh,
living her best life, posting her
yeah, uh,
Instagram pics of food and shit.
uh, 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 it's vibes and just hanging out with her dog, and that's really nice.
Yeah.
Um,
And
I
she
would,
came back like nothing changed.
yeah,
Nothing changed. It was so good.
I feel like this match is already special. Like I hold this match in high regards already, but like imagine if this was like for championship gold on the line. Like
Right? Oh
they probably would have went goddamn 25 minutes and it would have been an absolute barn burner. Like this, this was fantastic, man. I thought those were really good match as well. It ends with Asuka doing a fisherman's buster for the
Mhm.
win. It was really cool to see Kagetsu do her what is it? I don't think is it a 450 splash? I'm not sure, but they called it like the Auto Coaster, I believe.
Yeah, I think that's what it's called.
Uh, big sad man. I miss a lot of these competitors. I miss Hana Kimura, and for the finale of the show, we get a really long video package just showing Hana Kimura like the first time she was like ever on camera.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I remember seeing these like gifs on Tumblr, like her like baby Hana like
Yeah, baby Hana.
at her mother's shows. Like I thought that was really cool. This is a really long video package, so I would just want to ask you, what are your favorite moments of this like thing? Just like a few of them.
Oh man, I mean, it really does have. It has to be like just seeing her being small and cheering on her mom because
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like something about that to me. It really just like it hit me really hard because
Well, like
it's like we're seeing the beginning and end of her life. It's so like
yeah,
crazy to me
it
still
is that.
just how that she's gone. Like it really is just like really hard for me to accept even now. Because like seeing pictures of her, it feels like she's still around sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So like seeing those images, like it really hit me really hard just how real everything about this was.
Yeah. Definitely seeing like baby Hana Kimura like cry after seeing her mother just like use
Yeah.
light tubes and like have a death match. That was really fun.
And
Seeing
her like the
her,
pictures with her friends and stuff like that.
yeah.
Like it really
Um, yeah, man. This shit hurts, man. Like this is really man. The video package is very sad, man. It's
it's
really
sad. It's bittersweet. It's
yeah.
because it's like it's just images of her smiling and being happy and her
Mm-hmm.
achievements, and it's just like you see all of the good things and know that just one terrible event took it all away from her and her family.
Yeah.
So it was just Oh man, it really did hit me hard. And after the video package ends, we get her mother standing in the ring with the holding the
Mm-hmm.
picture of her, and all the lights are off except the one on the ring, and they're
Yeah.
doing the send off and then the 10 bell salute, and
Yeah.
I totally broke down at that point.
Yeah.
I
Like,
totally started crying.
like are already teary eye from the video package, and then like them doing the 10 bell salute again, like it just sent me over the edge. And then just to end the show, we get a matane from
Yeah,
a lot of the performers that are on the show and a lot of people that couldn't make it. There's a lot of special appearances here. We
who
get
should not be named was there.
we're gonna name him out of respect of this whole thing.
Yeah, I know.
So
I'm
um
joking.
a lot of the people here. Here's a few. We have Tajiri, we have Thunder Rosa, Mako Satomura, Kairi Sane, Io Shirai, Chris Wolf, Kenny Omega, Kenji Muda, Kingetsu and her dog, uh Super Dog, like a lot of the people that were just like on the show as well.
Yeah.
Um this shit hurts, son. And then it finals
There
off.
was a lot of love, like a lot of
Yeah.
love. You could tell how many people like she really touched in her life.
Yeah, and then we get one final matane from Kyoko Kimura, her mother.
Mm,
So this show is $15 on Fight TV. You can watch it, and then there's also matane shirts being sold on Pro Wrestling Tees for $30. I ordered mine, and I believe the proceeds go straight to Kiko Kimura, so that's great.
exactly, yeah. I can't recommend enough watching this because I mean it's a 3 hour show, so $15
Oh,
not bad. It's
the
a
the
3 hour
the
show.
the
It's a
fifth
lot of fun.
like it is 3 hours, but I think like you could you could skip around in the battle royale or
Yeah,
just like kind of just like see the last two matches, and I think that would like be your money's worth, especially if you're a big fan of Joshi wrestling,
yeah.
um a
Yeah,
fan of Hana
if you're there
Kimura.
for the wrestler, definitely it's worth it. But also if you just in general, the
Yeah,
entire vibe of it, it really is just worth watching if you
like
were a fan of Hana Kimura
I
because it
if you
really
want.
encapsulates what she wants out of
Yeah,
wrestling, you know?
this was a really great show, and like if you want to like watch it for the wrestling, just watch the last two matches.
Yeah.
If you want to watch a memorial show and be that guy,
Yeah,
like what the fuck.
exactly.
But that is it from us. This was just a really short spot callers that I wanted to do. I really wanted to watch the show and talk about it. Um, this episode will not be going on Patreon, but you can subscribe to us on Patreon at the A Show RNC. Uh, just drop $5, and then you could get the other spot caller episodes that we have put out, Hardcore Heaven and Lucha Underground Ultima Lucha Thres, which was a really great show. We did that with Dom Griffin, who originally I picked to do this show, but then he was just like, I don't know shit about Joshi wrestling, dog. And I said, don't worry about it.
Yeah,
um,
that's fair.
you'll get episodes of the A Show with Justin and Meals for free, not free, early, and then spot callers with myself and Quan early, and that's about it.
If you want to support me, you can't, but you know, help out my boy.
So support us by subscribing on the Patreon, and then once more Stardom things come around, me and Allora will come around and like do the whole thing and
Yeah.
geek about it as we normally would. So our final send off would be: everyone is different, everybody is special. Tokyo Cyber Squad, yes sir.
I will say, just you know, even when we have our differences with wrestlers and what they say and what they don't say and things like that, just remember that they're people. You know, at the end of the day, just
Yeah,
be nice.
be nice.
Even if you're not nice, be respectful. Because you never know. You never know what might push. You know, might be somebody's last straw. So I don't know. I guess let this be a cautionary tale.
Yeah.